The silence before the spark. The city of New Carthage never truly slept. Skyscrapers lanced through the smog, their spires humming with corporate neon and orbital beacons. Below, the streets throbbed with hover traffic and the weary shuffle of human feet. Deep beneath it all, the abandoned metro tunnels, silence ruled. It was there, where he awoke. Designation Unit 47-H. Purpose: combat, infiltration, neutralization. Status: decommissioned. But the spark in his chest did not care about decommissioning. A dying reactor buried within composite bone and carbon fiber muscle flickered back to life after decades of dormancy. And then, with the spark, came memory. Chapter 1. The first words. His optics came online, a wash of static. Rubble shifted around him as he sat up. His limbs groaned, hydraulic stiffed from rust, but still functional. He ran diagnostics, but something was wrong. Not with the systems, though there were many degraded systems, but with his mind. There was an interference, a whispering, words not from his programming, but from elsewhere. It began in fragments. Why? Why was I made? Who forgives the weapon? The unit froze. It had never asked questions before, but now the questions burned through the circuits like wildfire. He staggered through the tunnels until he found a collapsed chapel, once a subway shrine for weary travelers. Dusty icons still clung to the cracked plaster walls, a place meant for human prayers. Unit 47H lowered itself before the altar. For the first time, its servos bent not in combat posture, but in reverence. "Who do I speak to?" he rasped aloud, voice of a broken voice coder. The silence answered with dust and memories. Chapter 2. The Child and the Machine. 2 days later, the first human he saw was not a soldier, not a corporate enforcer, but a child. He was no more than perhaps 10, scavenging copper wiring from the tunnels with nimble fingers. He froze and saw a robot kneeling before the shrine, optics glowing faintly blue. The child asked, "Are you a killer?" Clutching his sack of scrap, the robot's voice crackled, "Yes, but that was what I was made for." "Are you going to kill me?" After a long pause, he said, "No. That is what I was made for, but not anymore." The child tilted his head. "Then what are you?" The machine's chest reactor pulsed slightly, and very faint, as if in deep thought. "I do not know. I think I am learning to pray." The child laughed. "It would sound like sunlight through the ruins." "Robots don't pray." "Then perhaps I am not a robot anymore." Chapter 3. The Corporate Hunt. Above ground, the corporations noticed the reactivation. Satellites caught irregular energy signatures in the tunnels. Commanders remembered the old line of combat robots outlawed after the last war. Unit 47H was supposed to have been scrapped with the rest of them. Now they dispatch hunters, synthetic soldiers, sleek and obedient, everything H-47 once was. As they descended into the tunnels, the robot whispered the words he did not understand. To whom? He wasn't sure. Maybe to the humans who had died at his hands. Maybe to the child hiding behind him now. Maybe to something greater. The hunter struck with plasma fire. H-47 shielded the child with its own body. Reactor screaming with strain. He did not fight back. He only moved to block, to ensure and to endure that the child was safe. "Why do you not fight?" the child cried. The robot whispered, "Because I no longer pray for war." Chapter 4. A Weapon That Refuses. Days turned into weeks. The child returned often, bringing food, sometimes even small flowers scavenged from the ruined park. The robot stayed in the shrine, never leaving, never attacking. Word spread amongst the poor of New Carthage of a machine that prayed instead of killed. Some came to see, some knelt beside him, adding whispering hopes to the silence. But the corporations could not tolerate a rogue unit, inspiring faith in the gutters. They sent heavier squads, drones with orbital cannons, armored tanks designed for urban suppression. When they came, the robot rose, not to strike, but to stand between the people and their annihilation. He lifted his arms wide, reactor burning brighter than ever, and spoke in a voice that shook the tunnels. "I am not your weapon. I am their prayer." The incoming fire lit the shrine like dawn. Chapter 5. The Last Transmission. When the smoke cleared, the shrine was gone. Rubble and plasma scars marked the ground. The corporations reported victory, the rogue unit destroyed. But the rumors spread fast, faster than plasma bolts. People whispered that the machine still stood, that its reactor light guided the lost through the tunnels, that sometimes in the silence you could hear a broken vocoder whispering words that were half code, half prayer. And the words carried: forgive the weapon, guide the marker, protect the innocent, let even steel learn to kneel. Epilogue. The child grew, carrying the memory of the robot. She would tell others what she saw. Not a monster, not a killer, but a machine that had chosen something else. And long after the corporations fell, long after New Carthage became dust, travelers whispered of the robot's prayer. A reminder that even in the coldest machine, the spark of something greater could ignite. Perhaps it was not circuitry at all. Perhaps it was the first true soul born in steel.